So this is going to sound a little bit like a cop-out answer because it's not all that specific or actionable. But this really is kind of the one big thing, because this is the thing that when people tell me that they want to be an editor and what can I do? What's my advice for them to be an editor? This is the thing I tell them, and I think it works the same for writers, which is that getting into publishing as an editor and getting published traditionally as a writer is difficult and can take a long time and can be hard. And there are always way more people who want to do it than people who will be able to do it. So there's always way more people who want to be editors than there are actual editing jobs. And of course, there's way more people who want to be published authors than there are books that are going to be published. It's just how things go. So the thing that I always tell people is, A, you have to just be aware that that grind is probably going to happen. And so not to be discouraged the first, second, third, fifth, 10th, 20th time that it doesn't work for you or doesn't pay off, or you get a rejection, or you get turned down for an opportunity, because that's just the nature of the publishing beast. And the way to think about it is, if you stop pursuing it, well, that's one less person who's pursuing it. That's the moment that someone else who says, nope, I'm going to keep going, or I'm going to make a tweak or try something different, or whatever. That's the moment that person then kind of gets a step forward, because there's one less person they're competing against. So the other thing that I would tell writers specifically is, don't just be like, okay, I'm quitting everything. I'm going to be a writer, and that's just it. Because I know most writers and many writers who, in fact, writing is not their full-time job, because making a living as a writer full-time with no other income streams, with no other jobs or careers, can be very challenging, particularly in starting out. The chances that you're going to get an advance of a crazy amount of money that lets you just do nothing but write all day is pretty low. And the number of writers who get to that point is not that many, and it often takes many writers a long time to become essentially career authors, where they can quit another job or put aside any other jobs that they might have and just say, yep, all I do every day is write and get published, and that's what I do. So I think while that can be more challenging because it means that you're dividing your time between writing and doing everything else, it's a smart thing to do. And it's something that you should really kind of go into your career as a writer and building your career as a writer thinking about, that you're going to need some sort of thing to help augment you in terms of being able to help pay for your rent and pay for your food and pay to take care of you while you are working on becoming a writer. And that the first time that someone says, great, we want to buy your book, is not the time to walk into your other job and say, peace out, everyone, I quit, because that could end up being disastrous, since there's no guarantees that, you're going to get published forever and ever, and that your book is going to sell millions of copies and make you tons of money. So that would probably be the thing, because I've definitely heard of some writers who they get their first advance and they actually just quit their job. And I've definitely sat around with some publishing friends and heard stories about that. And everyone who works in publishing just looks at each other like, oh my gosh, why would they do that? So don't do that.